What are you doing up there?
Quit licking the grill.
Stop licking the grill. Almost. Hello everybody, Frank and Tori here, and this week we're going to talk all about RVing with dogs.
One of the main things that compelled us to get a camper was that we were tired of leaving our dogs home whenever we would go out on these great adventures. So the camper was a perfect way to take them with us without having to board them or worry about finding a dog sitter at our house. So it's been great because we've been able to spend so much more time with them and give them a lot of little fun adventures.
We're going to take you through some stages, basically the car ride, when we arrive there, and how we monitor them throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
Mac, what are you coughing about? So before you can start camping, you need to find a dog-friendly campsite.
You'll find when you're looking for campgrounds that some are more dog-friendly than others. And something that we've encountered with Mac, especially being a pit bull.
According to my homeowners, he's a boxer.
That is true. He is a boxer pit bull mix. However, some campgrounds don't allow aggressive breeds. Their terminology, not mine. So you may run into issues getting, either German Shepherds or pit bulls into some of those campgrounds. So we don't go to those. We'd rather not. He's trying to sneak into the video. In addition to that, others may have, pet policies about how many pets you can bring. Most are 2 at the maximum, and some will even throw in like weight limits too. So whenever you're looking up campgrounds, it's really important just to go into the FAQ or About Us section and just find their policies. And if you ever have any questions, just email them ahead of time, because it'd be a lot worse to show up and find out that, they're not as welcoming to your dog as you thought that they were going to be.
Your dog. Come here, Mac. Mac, come here. Come here. I'm gonna hold you like a baby, okay? Come here. So first things first, before you can start camping, you have to get to the campsite. That leads us getting into my truck. So first thing we do is we get these guys harnessed up. Dee's over there, by the way. Mac thinks he's a lap dog. So we get them harnessed up, and then we have these connectors that go in the seat, where a lot of times car seats are connected to. All vehicles have them. And we have these metal coated leads that go to their harnesses. They act as their seat belts. They also have a barrier that goes in the back seat that not only keeps them safe and kind of contained and keeps this guy from trying to get in the front seat like he likes to, but it also keeps a lot of the dog hair and stuff like that out of my back seat, as well as they've had a couple of vomit incidents where they threw up in the car because we think Dee's getting car sick, but we keep on missing it. Yeah,
we've never seen anybody actually throw up. So it's a mystery who the vomiter is.
Yep. So one of these days we'll find that one out.
Is it you? Just tell me. Just look at my eyes and tell me.
Maybe. But that barrier is just a huge help, and we really like having it there, and it's easy to clamp. Like I said, I'm kind of a neat freak, so I think a lot of people might be in the same boat where you just don't want to have dog hair everywhere, and it really helps contain that. But more than anything, keeps them safe, keeps them feeling good, kind of cocoons them in a little bit, and keeps them from being able to wander around the vehicle. So safety is number one. Mm-hmm. So secondly is, once we get to the site, getting them all set up and comfortable.
They have their own furniture at the campsite, because if they don't, they take our chairs. So we have a really nice dog bed that we bring along with them, and it's actually big enough where they can share it, which is great. It fits easily in the back of Frank's truck and is very light. And they both seem to enjoy it a whole bunch. And then we also have more of leads for them. So we take a 6-foot lead to each campsite and we attach it to the picnic table. 6 foot is about the maximum lead length that you can have at most campgrounds.
Yeah, we found that seems to be the best length. It still gives them a little bit of freedom, allows them to be close to us, but doesn't allow them to wander next people's site. Obviously, you still want to be conscious, and you don't want to be, rude, and you never know too. The people in the next site might have dogs of their own as well, so it's important to keep them contained for their own safety.
Yep. I will warn you though that no matter what, no matter how you artfully clip your leads to something, you will have to untangle them about 100 times during any trip.
At least with our dogs.
Yeah, they love getting tangled, especially Dee, wherever she is.
Yeah,
over there.
Dee's over there keeping guard of us. Dee's an interesting dog. We love her very, very much. Mac's more like the baby lap dog, and Dee's like the adventure, bark at everything that moves kind of
Yes,
dog.
which, speaking of barking, a lot of campgrounds have rules about barking. Hey, 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 Dee, 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 it's a squirrel, it's a squirrel, it's fine, okay? We don't need to wake up the whole campsite. We've run into that a couple times with Dee. Dee barks, Mac just cries, so we don't have to worry about him. So our normal plan of action is if Dee gets a little too barky, if it's something outside that's like stimulating her to bark like a squirrel or another dog or something, we just take her away from that. So we'll either go into the camper with her or just remove her from the situation. So everybody has a nice camping experience. They don't have to listen to Barky Barker sitting over there.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Mac?
Right, Mac? All right.
Exactly. So another part of camping with your dogs, keeping them on their regimen too. I would say try to, we have regimented feed times during the week, during our typical work schedule, and we try to keep them acclimated that as well. Routine's very important for dogs. Obviously, you're taking them to a different location all the time, so keeping them in their feeding routines, time to go out routines, I think is imperative to kind of get them acclimated more comfortable quickly. Our dogs, once we go camping, honestly, they love it. They get acclimated very quickly.
Yes.
They're very good with, they say it's just the car ride they're not huge fans of. Mac just chills out.
He does.
But that's the biggest thing, is I would just say just keep them to their routines and make them as comfortable as possible. Next part is, not everywhere, we go to these destinations so we can sightsee. Not everywhere is dog friendly. So in those instances where just Tori and myself like to go out and adventure, we have a lot of controls in place to make sure that the dogs are safe in case there's like a power outage, anything that happens, we can view them, monitor the temperature on the inside, and we just have a lot of controls in place, including battery backups and things of that nature.
Yep. When we were doing our RV tour video, I did point out that we have a Wyze Camera in the camper so we can keep an eye on them. We have a Verizon Mifi Hot Spot that we use to have internet no matter where we go. So we connect the Wyze Camera to that hotspot. And if we're somewhere like we're boondocking where we don't necessarily have shore power and can plug in the Wyze Camera, we found out that you can actually hook it into a battery bank and run it that way too, which has been very helpful. So while we're out and about, we can just easily check our phone and see what they're up to. And then the other thing that we have is a Motorola MultiSensor. So the MultiSensor has its own, what would you call that? Not like a SIM card.
It utilizes its own data. It actually works off of AT&T.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I believe it's internal. I don't know if it has a SIM or not. I don't believe it does.
Okay.
But it still works off AT&T. The only thing is, when we first got it, it's subscription based. I think it's $5
a month. Yeah.
It worked flawlessly, but now it seems like they have like maintenance a lot.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple times where we went to go use it where they have maintenance, which, I'm not a huge fan of. So if you guys have any better services you might recommend, please comment down below. We're always looking. Bye, Mac.
Bye, Mac. He's done.
Bye, buddy.
And the service that it does give us when it is working is that it tells us what temperature it is in the camper, if it's receiving power, so that's another way for us to tell if the power's on or off in the camper, what the humidity is, with the vibrations. I mean, it has a bunch of stuff that we don't necessarily need. We're really in it for the temperature. So yeah, if there's a way that you guys monitor like the temperature of your camper when you're not in there, love to hear it in the comments below.
And part of the design, the reason we went with a nurse service that goes to AT&T is we have the Verizon MiFi. So that way, if you're in an area that may have better coverage for one or the other, it's kind of like a backup. Obviously, we just want backups. Like, our biggest fear is leaving the dogs for a little bit in the camper and the power going out on a hot day and getting hot in there, something of nature. If we lose connection or you can't respond, we usually go right back. We typically don't have that issue though. Typically it's very good. We just want to make sure they're comfortable and they're safe. And it never hurts either if you're good with your neighbors, give them your cell phone number. Luckily too, I don't know if I would trust any neighbors to that point, but we do have a keypad
where they could get in.
So if you were camping with somebody new, or if you were extremely friendly with your neighbors, we have a keypad on our camper. They can access our camper and get the dogs out in case of emergency.
We would love to hear your comments, whether you have a tip for how you camp with your pet, or you just want to share a funny story about something that your pet did at a campsite or something you saw like another dog do at a campsite. We'd love to hear it all. we could talk about dogs all day.
But we don't want to forget about you cat people too.
Oh yeah, we've seen plenty of cats at campsites staring out the windows, and I think there's been a resurgence of people putting their cats on leashes and walking them around. So I would love to hear if anybody does that.
And if you want to learn about stray cats, watch our video of Adventure Bound where, you know, it's funny, I was talking to someone else, they reached out to me because they saw that video, and they told me they had the same experience. Apparently there's a lot of stray cats at Adventure Bound in our one video that we posted. It was crazy, we couldn't even get them on video, but we saw like, I think it was like 7 or 8. I mean, it was quite a few different kinds.
It was, and the dogs saw them too, which goes back to the barking thing. So they spend a lot of time in the camper away from the cats.
So yeah, give us your experiences with your pet, your favorite experience with your pet, and maybe even put a comment down below, you know, why you got into camping. Maybe it was for your pets, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
partially one of the reasons we did it. We used to travel more, and we decided we didn't really want to board our dogs anymore, and we wanted to bring them everywhere with us. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, they're family, so you bring them along.
Well, as always, thank you guys for watching our video. If you like this video, please do us a favor by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to come around every Monday night and see what we have to offer at 7 p.m., hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to join us.
And if you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down button really hard.
Maybe multiple times.
Yeah, get your aggression out. If this video upsets you, you really need to get your...
And maybe throw in like a hashtag in the comments, like hashtag hated it.
Yeah.
Just so we know.
Hashtag Frank Flannel no.
Frank Flannel, no. That no one's gonna say that.
You're gonna see a lot of flannel this year because I'm just loving it.
Hashtag loving it. You're hitting the thumbs up button on the flannel.
Yeah, but seriously, thumbs up, subscribe, but most importantly, also comment, because that's everything with these kind of videos is just...
Plus, we just want to get to know you guys a little bit better and hear more from you.
So, till next time.
We'll see you guys next time.